Hi, my name is Joe DeGroot, and I perform music under the name Pixl-Visionary. When I started the Pixl-Visionary project, which is about 5 years ago, I was going for a more like folk singer sort of style, like an acoustic singer-songwriter style. And I wrote some songs like that, and I put out an album in that style. But I eventually, became bored with it. I wanted to try out different things. I wanted to experiment more with texture and noise and stuff like that. So the music I've been writing lately, it still has that sort of delicate confessional singer-songwriter style, but I'm interested in combining the delicate with the abrasive in the way that bands like Yo La Tengo do, or the Microphones, or Deer Hunter, or My Bloody Valentine. That sort of dream pop, noise pop, psychedelic sort of style. But in the future, I'd be interested in trying out different styles as well, like post-punk or even country. Because Pixl-Visionary is basically whatever style I feel like trying out at the moment, whatever I'm interested in. And lyrically, most of my songs that I've been writing in the last few years, they explore themes of self-loathing and anxiety, and how your interactions with other people influence your perception of yourself. And the album I'm putting out with Mid 400 Records, which is called Shatterskin, in particular, it deals with issues of body image, and there are a lot of lyrical references to like body parts and stuff like that. And the album explores how I came to view myself a certain way, or why I view myself a certain way. So that's mostly what my songs are about lately. But like my the musical style, I'd like to explore different lyrical themes in the future. My advice to people who are starting new bands and looking to get label recognition is to simply get yourself out there and get yourself known. Because when you're first starting out, there's really nobody on earth who cares about you or your music more than you do. Nobody is looking for you right now if they don't know who you are. So you have to get yourself out there, play shows, and make people realize that you're the one that they've been looking for, and that won't happen if you don't promote yourself at all, if you don't play shows, and if you don't catch the attention of show promoters and label heads and stuff like that. And it also helps if your songs are good, because you can get their attention, you can get people to remember your name, you can have a great look, but if nobody wants to listen to your music, then it all stops right there. Nobody's want to go any further if your songs aren't actually worth hearing. I've found that my biggest challenge as a songwriter is actually convincing myself to, sit down and do the work, to actually sit down and, write the song and finish the song. Because that doesn't, come easy for me, doesn't come naturally for me. I know for some people it does. But, there are some songs that I've spent years working on. I'll write a chord progression, write a riff or a melody several years ago, and then I'll finally get around to, to finishing it up. And starting something new is daunting, because like if I'll write something new, I'll think to myself like, Jesus, is this going to be one of those songs that I don't finish for another 3 years? But you got to start somewhere. You have to finish it eventually. And the way I get around that, the way I've overcome that, is treating songwriting like it's work, like it's an assignment. And I know that doesn't sound like it's a lot of fun or anything, but it's it's how I eventually get it done. Because when I was in college, the only way I would actually write anything was if it was for an assignment for class. I took a poetry class actually. And that was the most poetry I'd ever written in my life, was, that one semester where I took this class, and I would be given an assignment, by next week I have to write a poem. And I would get it done, and actually a lot of the lyrics on my album came from that time in my life, from that poetry class. And, if I hadn't taken it, those lyrics definitely wouldn't exist. There would be different lyrics, probably. Maybe they would be better, maybe they would be worse, but it would definitely be different. Because I wasn't, I wasn't forced by, an outside influence to actually sit down and do the work. So I feel that helps me a lot.